Hey, it's Dr. Darren Schmidt at the Nutritional Healing Center of Ann Arbor. And one of the most frustrating things that I hear patients say is that they want a lab test or a therapy from their medical doctor, and their doctor refuses to give it to them. And so I'm going to show you this Everlywell and a couple other things about how you can bypass your medical doctor and bypass me, to be honest, and get your own lab test. And so this is everlywell.com. And you can click here, choose a test, and they have this drop-down menu. And so general wellness is a category, energy and weight, sexual health, men's health, women's health, and then some genetic testing. So general wellness, let's click on heavy metals test, and let's see what's in it. So it's $199. And so I'm going to click on markers measured. It tests for arsenic, mercury, cadmium, bromine, selenium. Selenium is a nutrient, but you can have too much of it. Iodine. Iodine's important to know. It's also a nutrient, but when you're deficient in iodine, you can actually have too many toxins. And so here's details. So they talk about the substances and how it works, and then how you do it. Like it'll tell you to get the test. It's a urine sample. Send it in. It's a prepaid postage package that you send it in. Okay, so $199, that's a pretty decent price. I wouldn't complain about that. Here's a cholesterol and lipids test. This is only $49. I think that's a really good price. So it measures total cholesterol, LDL, meaning they don't calculate LDL from the other numbers. They measure it directly. It says direct LDL. And then HDL, and then triglycerides. So remember how to get VLDL. That's the most important number. You take the total cholesterol, subtract LDL, and then subtract HDL. And then you get the VLDL. You want that less than 19. That's the most important number. Okay, let's see what else they have here. Heart health test. This is $79. It's a little bit more expensive, still a good price. And they measure the same. Plus they throw in HbA1c, which is long-term blood sugar, meaning like if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic. And then HSCRP, high sensitivity C-reactive protein, which is one of the 4 factors for clotting of blood. All right, so yeah, it's not expensive, and you can bypass your MD, go straight to this website, order it yourself. Here's a male testosterone, and here's I want to show you the sleep and stress test right here. $249. Markers measured. It's 4 times cortisol. So breakfast or morning, afternoon, sort of dinner time, and then nighttime. They do that with cortisol, cortisone, melatonin, and creatinine. And so you could have like really low cortisol in the morning and you can't get up out of bed, but then very high cortisol in the evening and you can't fall asleep. So it's very valuable to know that if you have some sleeping problems. Okay, so going back to choose a test. Here's women's health. They have breast milk DHA. Why would they have that? So the population that has the least amount of DHA, which is like a fatty hormone for the baby, the single population that has the least amount in the world are women who live in the deserts of Africa. And then the second least amount is women in the United States. So that's why they have that there. Women's health, ovarian reserve test, postmenopause, women's fertility, perimenopause, and then HPV, human papillomavirus. Here's thyroid testing. 159. What do they measure? TSH, thyroid peroxidase, free T3, free T4. And then it explains, what they are. Here's the symptoms that you could have if your thyroid is off. If it's too low or if it's too high. Okay. And then it gives a description then too about what do these do. So it says the TSH controls thyroid function and its production of active thyroid hormones, free T4 and free T3. Those are the active hormones. If you just get T4 and T3, those are inactive. You want the free T4 and free T3, which together control the rate at which your body uses energy. The test also measures TPO antibodies, which are antibodies that your body may make that can suppress thyroid function. By measuring your levels of each, You can learn about whether your thyroid may be over or under functioning. So what can make your body attack the thyroid? It could be a chronic infection in your thyroid, like a virus. It could be a chronic chemical or metal toxicity in your thyroid. Okay, and then sexual health, STD, hepatitis, HIV, syphilis, and then some genetic testing. I think genetic testing has been overhyped. I even did a video about it on MTHFR being the greatest modern medical discovery. But yeah, they're not turning out to be as important as what we thought. Okay, so I'm going to go to, here's Amazon. I typed in Everlywell, and there it is. It's the same company, same tests. And if you have Amazon Prime, maybe you want to buy it from Amazon Prime. Okay, I'm showing you another company called Life Extension. So here, they used to charge to be a member, but they don't anymore. You just log in, just create an account, and they sell supplements. But here's their lab options, and they have a lot more. And you can get like an individual T3, free T3, or an individual T4, or you can do a thyroid panel with all of them. Here's that thyroid panel. So I'm going to click on that. And this costs us $75. It's a blood test. It's a vial. Now, you have to go to LabCorp, and which is a nationwide lab. They'll draw your blood. Here's a map of the United States. And unfortunately, it's not in North Dakota or Maine. Sorry. But it's in every other state. I don't know about Alaska or Hawaii. But so in order to get this kind of a blood draw right here, you have to actually go to a lab for that, like that. Whereas with Everlywell, when they do a blood test, it's called a blood spot test. So you poke your finger, get a little bit of blood onto absorbent paper that comes in the kit. You send that in. It dries on that paper. Okay, so let's go back and see what else they have. There's cortisol. I do believe they have some heavy metals testing. Let's see. Here we go. Mercury, arsenic, and aluminum. So it's only 3. Here's a healthy and aging panel. That's interesting. So again, if you don't know what these are, osteocalcin, I mean, that's going to be for bone loss. You got to use the dictionary. And you can like click on it and you see what exactly is this for. It's a blood test. It's frozen. The lab has to freeze it. It's a protein found in bone and teeth. It is excreted by bone-building cells. So it gives you a full description on everything here, even though you may not know what the word is. Like if you look at like ApoE genetic test or whatever, you can click on it and find out what it is. All right, so there you go. They have a lot of tests, and you can bypass me and you can bypass your medical doctor. Okay, now, so to find a LabCorp near you, just go on their website. Enter your address or zip code. My zip code is 48103. I'm going to click on this one. And what do I want from them? Routine blood work, pediatric. They have different, here's a hair collection. I'm just going to click on routine blood work and hit go. It'll give me this map. There's Ann Arbor. There's my blue dot. And then in Detroit, they got the closest ones right here. So that's how you find where your nearest LabCorp is. Okay, this is the last website I want to show you. This is what I used to order. It's called Professional Co-op Laboratory Testing. What it is, it's thousands and thousands of doctors across the United States that are holistic. And we have greater buying power as a group, so we get very low price. And we use LabCorp, again. So I write the requisition from this website. And to get that to you, you go to LabCorp and get that drawn if you're going to get a test from me. Now, and I hear this all the time, when I look at the numbers and the pricing and stuff. Let's say you go to a hospital and they order $1,000 worth of lab testing, and your copay is $150 or $200. Okay, I can order the same exact lab tests, and I charge you $125. And so this is 90% cheaper than the conventional medical system, and at least 75% cheaper. Across the board, continuously, no matter what the lab test is, it's that much cheaper to go through here, and it's oftentimes cheaper than your copay. So that's how it is in the free market, whereas at the hospital, it's more socialized third-party money. Third-party money means that somebody else has your money, and you're not making the decisions with your money. So health insurance is socialism by proxy, third-party money. Sorry, I just had to share that with you because that's the way it is. Free market's always cheaper, and you always get, not always, but you will frequently get the pioneers, the people who study more, and you may get better results in the free market because they're not locked into a system. They have more room to innovate and to learn and do what's most appropriate and find and discover new and effective therapies, like ketosis, for example. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. They have 1,905 lab tests. Compare that to Life Extension, which has a few hundred here. There might be 400 tests here, 300 tests. I didn't count them. And then Everlywell has, a few dozen, less than 100, maybe less than 100. Okay, so the point of this is to give you these resources, Everlywell and Life Extension, so you can order lab tests on your own. So there you go. Have fun with this. If you like this information, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and take care.